How did you end up at Kenton Elementary School?
So I worked at a summer camp for 3 summers during college, and in the last summer I was there, I ended up meeting the man who would become my husband. He got a job here in Ohio while I was doing my last semester of student teaching. And so after I graduated college, we got married and I got to move over to Ohio. And so at the time we were living in Bell Fountain, and I had no idea what was even around Bell Fountain. I'd never heard of it before, and I thought it surely was not pronounced Bell Fountain.
Yeah.
But I just put out some searches and I found Kenton Elementary School, and they had an opening, and it ended up being for 5th grade math and science, and I was like, that's perfect for me. So I came in and I interviewed, and I just absolutely loved it. I got to meet Robin and Angie during my interview, and I felt very, very welcome here, and I got a tour of the building, and it just felt like the perfect fit for me.
Mrs. Kimmel inspires me because she goes over and above for all the students. A lot of times when I come in before 8 o'clock, she has kids in the classroom that she's working with, or she stays late to work with anybody who needs help.
I would say she inspires me just to be a better leader and also a better teacher, as I notice the kindness that she works with the students and how she acts with them.
When I first came here as a teacher, she was her second year teacher, I was a first year, and she, the first day of school, was like, sought me out and wanted to like be a leader for me in the school and showed me the ropes. And since that day, like, I've looked up to her and her teaching and how much she cares about this job and her kids.
How does Miss Kimmel demonstrate leadership?
Miss Kimmel does more than just talk about leadership. She models leadership. She is the ideal leader. She's a leader in what she says. She's a leader in how she acts. She's a leader in how she treats people. Such a hard worker, such a kind person.
She's very proactive. Her communication is always clear, and she has excellent rapport. As a first year teacher, she's always been there to help me out no matter what the issue is.
So how do you describe classroom engagement?
Classroom engagement to me is getting the kids involved in the lesson. It's not just standing up there and teaching them, but having the kids thinking about what you're doing, getting them hands-on as much as possible, and having them interacting in the lesson as well.
What's one of your favorite things about Miss Kimmel?
Her personality. She is very smart, and she has a lot of activities that we can do.
What's your favorite memory with Mrs. Kimmel?
After school enrichment.
What did she do in after school enrichment?
Well, we do like different projects, like we could geometric city. We build like a city out of like paper cardstock.
Mrs. Kimmel takes the beginning of the year every single year, and she dresses up and does this funeral for the kids, and it's about I can't, so like they're burying the I can't statements. And so the first year that she did it, we walked by and I was like, why is there a casket on the ground in Mrs. Kimmel's room? This is really strange. But the kids loved it, and like every year she's done it. So it's a good thing because it starts off the year in a great positive way. But it just was one of those things where it was like, it's funny now that I know what's going on, but before I was like, Mrs. Kimmel, why do you have a casket on the floor in your classroom?
If she wasn't a teacher, what do you think she'd be doing?
I could see her as like a pediatrician because she's just so great with kids. You can just tell, and she's so knowledgeable that I think she could easily be a doctor or anything else she wanted to be, but I think she would still want to be around kids.
A vet?
She'd be a vet?
Yeah.
Does she like animals?
I think so.
Okay.
Probably selling lemonade or something. Or just trying to find a job.
There's nothing I want to do except teach, but if I had to choose something, I'm a really big fan of Tom's, like the shoe company. Almost all the shoes I wear are Tom's, and growing up, like, I've always wanted to do something with kids, and so for a while I thought I wanted to be a pediatrician too, but I realized that I don't just want to help kids when they're sick. I just want to help kids in general and interact and engage with them and spend time with them. So if I couldn't be a teacher, I would want to be the person who works for Tom's and gets to go on the shoe drops where they deliver the shoes to the kids, and that would be awesome because I would love to travel too and get to go to all those different countries, and I think that would be a really cool experience.
Describe Miss Kimmel in one word or phrase.
I would say that Mrs. Kimmel is very structured.
Kind.
She's goofy. Nice. Respectful.
Hardworking.
I would say hardworking.
Selfless.
I would say very selfless.
Amazing.
Passionate.
It's a joy coming to work every day and walking in the mornings, getting prepared, and then as the kids come in, it's so fun to see how excited they are to be here and just to welcome them into my classroom and spend my days with them, and I wouldn't want to do anything else.